Lower bracket final could be very, very good here as well. FoCuS not on top of his game in the game against 120 here, but 120 is also playing out of his freaking mind. So FoCuS is playing another game against Night Elf where he was really good today, like incredibly good. And he's going into this as the favorite. We had 2 favorites yesterday in Colorful and Chemical. We had 2 favorites today in 120 and FoCuS. And so far, they all prevailed, but this is a little bit of a tough task if 15 Sway can play his A game. At the moment, it feels like the WGL semifinal for 15 Sway was just a fluke. And he has to prove it here. He's going back to the Blade Master, which is nice, but I would have loved to see
a player's forces are under attack.
The FoCuS strat is working against 15 Sway as well. And what's this shop? You've been getting sun this summer. What's summer? I live in Hamburg. We don't have a thing called summer. That's one of the great reasons why I live here. Among this being a beautiful, beautiful city. Keeper opening by 15 Sway. This is, I guess, the matchup he excels at. Gobs of Haze as an opener. Okay. So you can creep the turtles, go to the shop, but if the Night Elf pushes you, the shop will be first to fall. Isn't this a little too risky? Slippers, of course, a wonderful item.
A player's forces are under
Whoa! That's new, isn't it? I haven't seen this before, I think. Get a circlet from the marketplace, get a scroll of the beast. Would have loved to have another item, especially big healing now. Huh, this is not to be expected. 15 Sway is probably wondering, like, FoCuS, what are you doing? There's also an engine protector. FoCuS, are you scouting for it? Usually you're really good. And this is a little bit problematic because the shop is so far away from the base. Wow, heavy emphasis on creeping early. And he does scout it. Super important. So I guess this will be cancelled. A little grunt attention. They're just chilling in the base anyway. In the early game.
a town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
So I guess it's fine. Very good inventory for the keeper as well. Lots of damage. Engine protector push prevented. And so far there's no real downside to the Voodoo Lounge. Double circlet. He sold the Scroll of the Beast. We're still on tier 1. And an expansion. This kinda has to work. First attempt. But this is not gonna work first attempt, is it? Great damage. Great damage. He needs entangles, of course. What's the Sentinel upgrade? Not researched yet. There's no mana anymore and the staff is on cooldown. Ooh. What are you going for? Expansion, Keeper, or Murloc? Got 3 targets. Windwalk about to expire. Swap. This could prevent level 3. Or? No, the Murloc is giving too much, right? Oh, actually not too sure. It's gonna be incredibly close. Yeah, should not give him level 3. Yep. One XP, that steal. It has such a big impact. So, whoa. Takes some time, but this is a lot of seconds without level 3. Otherwise you could rush over immediately. Every timing is more sharp. So 15 Sway starts the attack, gets the expo up. And the second engine of war, FoCuS with a pretty normal build, I'd say. Shop control for 15 Sway, just dust.
A player's forces are under attack.
Whoopsie. Don't shoot the messenger, but maybe cut up the spy. Whoopsie, my mouse just lost connection. Sorry about that. Gonna fix it in a second. There we go. Sorry. This hasn't happened in a while.
A player's forces are under attack.
Empty battery. Should probably charge it. Whoopsie. Little bit of a hiccup. But of course I got a second mouse here. Thanks to CORSAIR. Yeah, too much Final Fantasy XIV drained my mouse. Alchemist second, so no Panda anymore. As we've seen before from Sini, I think this is the better play. This is the more efficient way. And we have a tame mid-game to our hands. Ooh, another claw, another circlet. The Blade Master is gonna be an absolute beast, which does not have the greatest impact on hunts, of course, but on archers it definitely does. Telly step on the Shadowhunter? Okay. Look at this blade go! FoCuS is attempting a counter expansion. Everything is a little hurt here, and yeah, now we have this downside of the killed chop in the middle, so he can't go for healing self anymore. He does have one stock left. Mana is also full, he was pretty conservative with that too. But Expo's up, Expo's running. 15 Sway, one of the players who goes for a very late tier 3. So I wouldn't be surprised to see 60-70 supply and then the tier 3, which is, I guess, where Night Elf's getting really strong. Not too sure. I think if you have a decent army and then can afford the tech with the expansion running, you should always go for it. But he has a different opinion. Blade Master's back. The Shaman very exposed. So is the Shadowhunter. He's trying to salvage this with the Hero Focus, but the Hero Focus is setting up with the Shadowhunter, who has to go for the Info Potion pretty early on. And this is not where the Shamans are supposed to be. They should be protected behind the Grunts, and they are just suffering. More and more Hero Focus. Keeper is lurking in the left-hand side. Oh, the block almost. Alchemist might die. Shadowhunter is safe. Wait, the Alchemist is dying. Crit and maybe sacrificing himself. But this is not the most important part. Not at all. We're just waiting for his death. There we go. Most important part is happening in the north, where the expansion gets killed. The peons for the expansion gets killed too. And the Shadowhunter did survive, thanks to the tally stab that he just handed over to the Shadowhunter. It's a good play here. And what's left for FoCuS? 40 supply. You can always play with a supply deficit as Orc against Night Elf until they are tier 3. But this is just mispositionings over and over. We don't have Heal Wave, which is also a liability. I think he has to switch it up soon. Like, what's Hex really gonna do? And is it just me, or do we see a tendency to more and more Huntress? I mean, it's always been the rule of thumb, like if the Shadowhunter is not level 3, you can go for hunts and then you transition into archers.
A player's forces are under attack.
But this looks desperate, and he scouts it right away. I mean, it's daytime, maybe he built it a little too close, but that's been shut down as well. FoCuS in trouble. Does anyone know what the font is on the panel buttons? I think it's Gobold. Like Cobalt with a G. I'm not 100% sure though. FoCuS with the creep jack. Hex comes in. Staff is ready and level 2 as well. Big healing. Makes hero focus a lot harder. Keeper can immediately rejoin this, and how do you face the mass hunts? Creep speed is amazing. Area of effect is good. And if you lose them, you just transition out of them.
A player's forces are under
Eclipse,
attack.
absolute legend, man. How can I not answer you? Eclipse in chat right here was an inspiration early on. When he was casting with Kaldor 14 years ago or something. He made me what I am today. So, this is unwinnable. And 15 Sway is smashing FoCuS. As simple as it gets, basically. And again, FoCuS in a fight, like... It's really not his day. Maybe he's getting tired or something? But that fight in the middle... This is not pro-level Warcraft. Sorry to say that, but everything was all over the place and 15 Sway takes it away. With the 1-0 lead here on Tidehunters. This was a very one-sided affair. Absolutely smashed. Like, pretty similar to what happened against 1-0 in the winners final, right? On Conceal. When everything was all over the place, the position just not only not good, but not acceptable. This is not the War 3 Champions FoCuS, this is not the Euro Cup FoCuS. Makes me a bit proud, man. I mean, your German cast, it's just absolutely legendary. I still have it on my hard drive somewhere. I listened to that German cast probably a million times in my life. Good old game sports. And I feel like comparing this game to what FoCuS played before, his new approach with FoCuS, Raider, Shaman worked a lot better. But maybe it's just, you know, it's always hard to compare. Well, one player is the tier 3 player for a long time, the other player is 15 Sway, who is scratching on the upper tier level. Let's go Unholden, ja. Einschnüren! Still get many messages that people can't watch us due to error 2000. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Euleros! Much love, mate. Much love for the gifted sub to Eclipse. Yeah, again. FoCuS was the dad for like a month or 6 weeks or something. Maybe it was a rough night. You know, this can happen. He was probably a little lucky in the past 2 tournaments where this didn't, or past 3 tournaments actually, where this didn't really affect him. Maybe today was just a bad day. Who knows? But if he can bring his A game, there's still a chance. But he is facing elimination. Yeah, the early German cast, guys, that was something else. Color Eclipse, Reaper, ORCish. ORCish was actually the second generation, I think, or third. It was a lot of fun. I had so many audio comments downloaded. I had folders for every caster. Lightbringer, Tomahawk, who came back recently, but then I guess quit again. Love these guys to death. The entire GameSpot squad. Actually, I listened to these audio commentaries when I was on the way to parties on an MP3 player. That's how nerdy I was. Not music, you know, not to get into the mood of partying. No. On my bike listening to audio comments. Oh, so nerdy. Thank you, Skarok, for the tier 1 sub, man. Much love. Thursday, also with the Prime. 1 year, mate. First day of school and resub. Let's go. Skarok, dude, with the big 20 gifted subs. What the heck, mate? Out of nowhere. First subbing himself for the first time and then dropping the big bomb, hey?
A player's
That's
forces
insane.
are under attack.
Thank you so much. That's a lot of money. I appreciate that a ton, man. I guess like 100 subs expired today, so getting that big bomb feels real good. So we have a keeper opening again. We have the same Blade Master opening by FoCuS. Not really. Love your videos with Florentine. Thank you, man. Trying to be there more often, but you know, sometimes schedules don't align. Peon's getting killed early, so not much vision on the map. Blade Master creeping a little. Not the item that he was looking for, but yeah, same builds by both players. I guess the archer, okay. But yeah, this is the pretty typical Northern Isles harass.
A player's forces are under attack.
So Treants first. Oh man, this is not good. He's getting the burrow cancelled with ease, and he's blocking. Is he blocking the way for the grunt so he can't attack? It's not finishing. Rough. There's so many more Treants. He might be able to get the Shadow Hunter out, but this is already resources. Like, this is lumber that you really don't want to lose. You need Shaman. You need you need the Lodge. You need Shaman. You need the tier 2 upgrade. You need the second hero. You need a Bestiary. And lumber is really short. Burrow is in time for the second hero at least. Doesn't have a staff, so can you just... Oh, I can just walk out. Guess the downside is not having level 2. He didn't go for peons. He didn't go for grunts. He's gonna get it soon. Oh, Blade Master with a nice staff. And Cleanser 21x with a nice tier 1 sub. Using that September discount, right? Much love, mate. Getting closer and closer to 2600 again. Just saying, we have a goal here. This is not enough damage. Now the Keeper comes in. He doesn't have Entangle. This would have been the perfect opportunity to kill this, but just a little too late, I guess. Tech is on the way. Expo's on the way. Shadow Hunter and Lodge. He still has the mana for that, but he needs another burrow. Like, now. Okay. Wow, I mind controlled this. Maybe I can create burrows with my mind. I should play Orc then. Just burrow rush every game. Okay, that expo's up. It's hurt, but it's up. Could he cancel the expo? I don't think so. I think the damage just wasn't enough. Maybe with slippers or a second circlet, but... And especially, like, if you lost your heroes so many times today, maybe you're just not that confident anymore in playing a little risky with your heroes. Does the streamer part of the sub stay the same through September? Yes, it does. So no steals here for FoCuS. I feel like our back-to-back finalist won't see the playoffs.
A town is under siege.
And that's a little bit typical FoCuS, as yeah, he had a great performance at War 3 Champions, but the prize money wasn't that high this time. He had a very good run in Yule Cup, but also there the prize money wasn't as high as it is now. And now that there's like a 5-digit prize pool with $11,000, FoCuS just crumbles. It's the story of his career. Except that one next tournament. But hey, let's not call it quits yet. But if he has a fight like on Concealed against 120 or like on Tidehunter Seer against 15 Sway, then it's lights out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shadowhunter progress seems good. Mana Potion is really good. But it's the Keeper Alchemist combo that dominates the mid game. Can he steal this one? Windwalk is about to expire. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Oh, there we go. Even earlier. And he didn't even get the little bit of damage in. Nothing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is revealed. Very low mana. Is he still trying it? He can't, right? No. So that's level 2. And Flute for 15 Sway. Oy, 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 oy. Ratfish Bakery, thank you for the 2-month resub. Thanks for all the content I've watched for years every night. So we put you to sleep, is what you're saying.
A player's force
is it not exciting enough? Well, that's cool, man. I totally get it. I need something to fall asleep to. Oh, Claws on the ground, Claws on the ground. Claws not on the ground anymore. This damage by Sway is great. He did an earlier Archer transition this time. As he sees the Shadowhunter level 2 should also be enough. The position is a lot better. As you can see, the Shaman are way more protected. No Wisps here yet. He could pull them from the mine. 3 Serpent. There's a lot of Serpent Wards. There's like 20 Serpent Wards that he can summon here. And he needs that Engine of War. He's tower pushing again. Okay. Okay, let's try to end this before the Night Elf gets tier 3. And I think the chances are pretty okay if he gets this Engine of War. Because the strength of this mass tier 1 is you can trade as you have this expansion and you reproduce super fast. But with only one Engine of War, is there enough sustain? Shaman falling. Blade Master has an invul, alright. Heal scroll used on 15 Sway side. Grunts are losing their HP, but since there's the big mana potion, there's also a lot of heal wave. I'm not going for the Hex build this time, and with this skirmish here, he bought time for the towers. Out of nowhere, FoCuS dashes out this tower push. If he has enough sustain on the grunts. Mana's getting lower and lower and lower for 15 Sway. I think he's pushing him into submission. What is he supposed to do against this on one engine of war? Super smart surgical strike. And is there a matchup where FoCuS is not tower pushing? He does it in Mirror. He does it against Night Elf. I think he did it. Did he do it versus Human on LR? Expo down, 15 sway in shambles. Okay, heavy priority on that Shadow Hunter. Not being too intimidated by this early push. Wow, 3 grunts here. Heard and saved. How's the supply? 42 only. The retreat is not too easy, actually. Did he scan the blade? I don't think so. Peon's moving back. It's not the end of all hope for 15 sway. He's just rebuilding that expo and will reconquer this position. All he needs is a misstep by FoCuS, but I think this Alchemist is a little bit in trouble. We don't have a staff, we don't have an Alchemist, and FoCuS takes this. Okay, maybe I wrote him off a little. I did not expect this tower push at all. I thought, okay, he's gonna try to counter expand again, and then 15 sway has the army with the double production and the expo running. And all of a sudden there's 3 peons and he has a pretty great fight, and the auto transition isn't finished yet. The engine of war may be a little too approachable. He's expanding. Well, that's a cancel if I ever saw one. But the fact that he's getting the marketplace shows his dominance at the moment. 15 sway is recovering.
A town is under siege.
But it's a long way to recovery. It's a glaive, which is really something you don't want to build in this matchup. Probably a loss without the big mana, to be honest. I would tend to agree. Good against Shaman. Yeah, not that good against Blade Master though. Did you know that glaives regenerate HP during, like, without repair or anything? It's like they live. I wonder if FoCuS is giving him too much time. Usually the big problem for Orc is tier 3, and we're not really close to tier 3. So I can understand why FoCuS seems comfortable. Now is the moment where he counter expands and continues creeping, and the levels are getting really sick. Two mana potions, nice. But hey, let's not count 15 sway out. Ancient Jangle, feels good. On the other side, the best thing would probably be FoCuS, I guess. Has a lot of good items, to be honest. So Blade Master's hoping for yet another mana potion. Invul potion also, excellent. So what do we got here? Magnetor Reaver. Ooh. Blade Master very hurt, but alright. He has illusions, right? Yes, he does. Claws plus 12. Extra damage, me likey. Oh no! FoCuS not really responding to this. This purge could have gotten off a lot earlier. Gets away with a black eye. This was 9 supply, 4 was killed. And this expo, oh no, man. FoCuS, are you throwing this game away? I mean, Shadowhunter is super sick. Tier 3 is still far away. Don't get me wrong, FoCuS is still decent. Especially, like, Tier 2 even supply always in favor of ORC. In this matchup.
A player's forces are under attack.
But maybe this expansion by FoCuS is the wrong thing to do. Because 15 Sway is clearly trying to dodge fights. So bring the fight to him, I would say. Why does he have mirror image? Good question. If you're entangled and use mirror image, entangled stops and you're free again. Also, mirror image is a good carry for a lightning shield. And it soaks up damage, so... but it's oftentimes for safety. You will see it here now, probably. Or not. They can still attack, okay. But usually you would see it there. You see it now? Still not. Interesting. Mirror image lacking here. Grunts are hurting hard. The glaive is actually doing quite some damage. FoCuS, where is your mirror image? Don't really understand this choice, to be honest. But okay, FoCuS still has a supply lead. Heal Spray is good. Alchemist is caught off guard again. Blade Master low, has the big invul, has an Ankh. And it's just on the rampage. The glaive is gone. The Kodo comes in for more damage. Everything falls. And Night Elf seems like... Did he not check the inventory? Night Elf seems like on tier 2 is just not competitive. Of course, the game, the mid game, the late mid game was a little bit of a disaster. Blade Master's back. Still has an invul. And 15 Sway is falling apart here. It's always a little tricky to fight into Moonwells, to fight into Engines of War. But yeah, that seems to be the end. A little bit of a TP. There is Moon Juice still left. But Blade Master has some crazy crits as well. There was the last invul. The Expo is still up. If FoCuS holds here, if 15 Sway holds here without losing the Keeper, that might still doable, but the Keeper is... Wait, not falling! The Shaman is trying so hard! Now he's diving in deep. Okay, bye-bye, level 5 as well. A little too close to comfort for my taste. But the heal wave is ready, okay. There's no way for 15 Sway. I thought maybe if he overcommits even harder, then this might be doable thanks to the Tree of Ages. But yeah, I think not going tier 3 is outdated. It just doesn't work. Of course, this game was not really exemplary. Shouldn't function as an example because FoCuS' early game was not great. Then he found the big mana. Will he be able to do that tower push without the big mana? Doubtful. Doubtful. So good for us, we go game 3, second series, finally, where we go full distance. And then of course 15 Sway had to rebuild all of this, and then he didn't have the resources. But we've seen this pretty much exactly the same approach by 15 Sway at DreamHack already. He's just not updating his build. He's very stubborn when it comes to tier 2 Night Elf. When we all know how good tier 3 Night Elf is. I hope he fixes this issue. He's kinda has to, otherwise he's out and FoCuS limping over the finish line. Mirror image kinda expensive. Yeah, maybe, like, he probably knew that he has Like, of course he knew. He knew that he has Ankh and Invul, so he wasn't in danger. He can tank a few hits. So, let's decide Group B. Who's gonna follow 120? And Chemical. And Colorful. It's one of these guys. Two players that once wore the LP Club tag. 15 Sway, still part of the Lao Pao Esports Club. FoCuS is on his own nowadays. And maybe you can tell the club that this was a bad decision. Let's get it on, let's decide this. Later tonight, by the way, we have the 4 players Gold Cup for you. 4 players has 3 cups every week. Bronze, silver, and gold. From amateur to semi-pro to really good. Today is the Gold Cup, and that of course means we're gonna have the big dogs in. Carson's gonna cast this for you in 3.5 hours. Blade Master again. Seems like the Farseer was just a one-off, and on the other side, Keeper. Ooh. The norm, then. Would be quite an upset if FoCuS loses this. But yeah, he's not playing his A game today. That was noticeable multiple times. But maybe that's still enough. A FoCuS on a weekday is still a very, very solid FoCuS.
A player's forces are under attack.
So will 15 Sway play it differently? Like the Peon Scout to see if another rush is coming his way. Like on Northern Isles, but here the rush distance is a lot bigger. And 15 Sway is making sure that he gets both spells pretty much instantly. And then it's time to decide about the expansion timing. Gives the Blade Master a little bit of time too. But here it is, Treants and Entangle. Grunts
are under attack.
Build a little later, using for creeping, then back into the base. So I wonder if FoCuS is going for the Wyvern approach that we've seen a bit. Fly was a big fan, and for a while it seems like all the Night Elves became, all the Orcs became big fan of this. Very early natural expansion creep. Can then expand on the spot. Makes it hard. Or harder to kill the Night Elf expansion for FoCuS, with also prioritizing the Overseer a lot, knowing the timing of the Blade Master arriving. Boobathin, thank you for the sub. 2,551. I like. So this means the camp is not taken. He can't expand freely. It's just a matter of time. Love to see the Sentry Ward. Oh, and the staff goes to the blade. This is so nice. A, to take it away from the Keeper, so he can't stab, for example, onto this Wisp, especially on a big map like Concealed. Getting that extra mobility is so key. FoCuS uninterrupted, basically. kind of like it, but no big losses. Just finishing this up. It's a little slowed down for 15 Sway, I think. So FoCuS, are you dashing out the towers again? Don't think so. We'll have an eye on the production as much as like, what? You creep the lab with grunts and blade, no Shadowhunter? Oh, 2 crits in a row, 3 crits, that helps. Went of Mana Steel, okay. Risky, but very unexpected. Clearly a high priority on Windwalk 2. Problem is, Keeper is here, Entangle 2, 1 grunt about to fall, 2nd grunt, very hurt. Shadowhunter, is he going your way first? Oh, that's more Entangle. This could be a tri-kill. Triple kill? Oh, Hex. Wait, is he killing that hunt before the grunt dies? Whoa, what a save! But the other two, they didn't get saved at all. Good entry kills for this Alchemist. The expansion was killed too! Alright. This is a back and forth, man.
A player's force is
I guess neither player is really happy with this early mid-game. Expo down, so many grunts down. Did he kill the 2nd Inch of War as well? Whoa. That lab creep pays off big time. Heavy dividends. And now the Shaman are out. This means Entangle will lose value. And the Blade Master is back. Kind of cool that he didn't staff out yet, or staff back yet, because then he could be entangled, surrounded, killed. Oh, way faster tier 3 this time. I like that. Yeah, this was my biggest criticism earlier on 15 Sway matchup, and that's exactly what I was talking about. But we have Purge, we have the staff, and this Wyvern. Oh, this Wyvern is pure gold! How do you deal with this now? Double Wyvern play even. Oh, this is so excellent. Okay, FoCuS kind of had his coffee shocked, I think. That Wyvern knocks down the expansion once again. It's incredibly good for creeping. It helps against the Huns, which usually could be overwhelming. It adds just so much damage. It adds vision. They're very mobile. 15 Sway is losing way too much. Way too much. Excellent Blade Master play. All based on the fact that he got the staff early. And yeah, Hex, Purge, Wyvern damage. That is pretty sick. He might get another kill or two. Not out of the water yet, but the fact that 15 Sway... Oh, I was about to say, can the heal self save it? No. The fact that 15 Sway doesn't have an expansion is the best thing for FoCuS. So many Huns died. There will be a transition now on both sides. We see a lot more archers for 15 Sway, Podem, Triple Orb, Marksmanship, but usually you need to have them in masses. He's at 32 supply. That's nothing. A clear improvement for FoCuS from game 2 to 3. 1 to 2 to 3. That's the Alchemist level 2. Okay, that's also not scary. If it's Alchemist 3, that's not great. Yeah, and with the Wyvern, you don't really need Serpent Wards, as you have the piercing damage coming from them. And then you can go Hex and Heal Wave, and that turned out to be so good here. Creep check for an Archer. Oh, and Snare here, Backstab, and the heal sprays me enough. 15 Sway, you are facing elimination, my friend. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Uncontested Expo for FoCuS. Like, yeah, of course it's gonna be 2 base. But he scouts this one. Is this enough damage? I don't think so. Shouldn't be. But if he commits with the Blade Master or something, he commits with the entire army. Oh, disaster! Is he though? Level 4 Blade. The position could be good for 15 Sway. Has at least 1 orb now. Would love to see more, of course, but you can't afford everything at the same time. He has Raiders in this battle, so even like he could still knock it down after the fight. Archer's falling in the back. Oh my god, this is going from bad to worse for 15 Sway. FoCuS is like really... He woke up. Like, oh my god, I'm facing elimination? What happened? And then switched it up again. Oh, Purge. He wants to get this orb out of the way. No reveal though. But he holds on to the Expo, tries to not lose too much, FoCuS not risking his Blade Master this time. But his Expo is up and this is all you want. Expo's hurt, okay.
Forces are under attack.
Oh, did he lose another Engine of War somewhere? He still can't mass. Alchemist is still not level 3. It's mind-blowing. If 15 Sway loses this Expo, he's dead. And out. Pillage? Nope. No pillage, but a lot of damage. Could try to brute force or kill the army before. I don't think it matters at this point. Blade Master has an Invoke Potion. Alchemist staffed out, so there's no healing. No Acid Bomb, and there is reveal this time. Yeah, good night, Bottom. And that was the orb carry. This is just one hero after the next. This is FoCuS. After struggling a little bit, advancing into the playoffs, if like nothing weird happens and this doesn't, FoCuS is playing this very well controlled. Gets the comeback, man. I was worried about you, my friend, but in the end, a desperate tower push on Northern Isles gets him the game. And on Concealed, man, this Blade Master with the staff cancels the expansion. The Wyvern play giving him or killing the Night Elf expansion, and then without mass, this doesn't work. I think 15 Sway, yeah, prior to game 3 I thought he has the tech to tier 3 a little faster. This was a little too extreme. You need to find the balance. Unfortunately, this didn't go too well for the young Chinese one, who again is not having a great tournament. Just like DreamHack, just like Yule, eliminated in the group stage. So WGL, I guess, fluke confirmed. The scene is different than it was in July. And 15 Sway can't catch up. Maybe he has to go to university again and can't grind too much. But yeah, FoCuS in 1-2-0 are following Chemico and Colorful. Let's see if the bracket is ready. Not yet, but yeah. Little recap of day 1. Chemico here through the winner bracket gets the top seed. After wins over Xiaokai and Colorful. Colorful then got the back-to-back win over Lingwawa. So this was the victory for him here. And today you see the matches. Lots of 2-0s. FoCuS not in tip-top shape. That is, I guess, confirmed. Maybe a rough night, who knows. But 1-2-0 could win 3 tournaments in a row. DreamHack, Yule, TP. If he continues to play like that, maybe only Moon can threaten him. Because I don't think Chemico was incredibly good. He was really good yesterday, but maybe he's like the horse, only jumps as high as it has to. Colorful seemed off yesterday. FoCuS seemed off today. But his style against Stini was really good. I would love to see that more. Farseer, Raider, Shaman. That was nice. So that's Group B with 1-2-0 and FoCuS, and that means we're halfway through the group stage. That means we have 2 more days, Saturday and Sunday. Warcraft action galore, as tomorrow we have a banger group with Moon, Fortitude, Sok, and Kaho. Relatively unknown Chinese Night Elf talent. Wonder if he can show another good performance. He did very, very well in a WGL qualifier and then kinda disappeared. And on Sunday, we bring you the Group of Death with Lin, Lawlight, Foggy, and Pink. So can Foggy get a back-to-back semi-final win in the Chinese tournament? Would be great for him as the prize money is so high, but this group is sick. Alright, this is almost everything you need to know. Of course, this is a full-time thing for us. We have a pretty big team at the moment with myself, with Remo, with Carson, with Bidu. We just hired the Art of Warcraft for more highlight clips and more media coverage in general. We have a coder who does this entire environment here, and also the in-game overlay who has to be paid. We have graphic artists who do things for us. And of course, we would like to reward them for that. We need a little bit of your support. It is September. It was never as cheap as now to sub here on Twitch. You can find all the ways to support us on our page backtowarcraft.com/support, where you have the link to our Patreon, where you get access to secret Discord channels, early access to the podcast, coaching, replay analysis, fun game evenings with the team. That is what Patreon gives you. Of course, here, Twitch sub. One-time donations are, of course, a thing as well. We have PayPal credit card. Crypto is up too. And we have merchandise over at Streamlabs. We started, as I just said, the cooperation with Art of Warcraft. For that, we have a second channel here on YouTube. That's called Back to Warcraft Clips, where we show all the highlights of all the games in a simple 1-minute format. So we just go with the times. We're on TikTok as well. If you want to support us in a non-financial way, all we need is clicks. Clicks on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure to get notifications to not miss out on our content. We of course have a Discord as well, where you can join us. And of course, we always appreciate feedback. neo@backtowarcraft.com or in the Discord. We have a pretty wonderful partner, everybody. That is CORSAIR. CORSAIR is sponsoring us. CORSAIR is powering us up. CORSAIR is giving us this wonderful gear. I would never wear a different headset anymore. I would never want a different keyboard anymore than my wonderful K95 Platinum. So if you want to be as cool as the Back to Warcraft team and go with CORSAIR gear yourself, head over to the CORSAIR homepage. The link is in the description. Check out whatever they have to offer. There is also Elgato part of CORSAIR. If you're a streamer, they have the best tools for you. But yeah, they have cases, keyboards, headset, microphones, entire PCs, like build together, so you don't have to do that. Webcam, mice, and more and more and more hardware. They have a lot. And if you want to buy some stuff from them, use the coupon code Back to Warcraft. 10% discount on everything, including the weekly deals. So the weekly deals are already cheaper, and now get them even cheaper. Thank you, B2 Prisimo, for the sub. That is much appreciated. I spilled liquor all over my mechanical keyboard. Maybe I'll check it out, says DW Rack. I spilled an entire mug of coffee over my CORSAIR keyboard, and it works like nothing ever happened. So, coffee proof, the CORSAIR stuff. Is there anything else? It is Friday, so podcast was released on Patreon, where you'll get stuff a week early. We talk a bit about this crazy ESL Cup that happened on Monday with Hitman and Happy losing on one day. That was nuts. Everywhere else where we are, Spotify, Apple, Google, Audible, Deezer, you name it. We talk about the viewership record that you guys set during the War3 Champions finals with more than 14,000 people. We cover quite a bit. It's me and Bido. I hope you have a good time listening to the podcast wherever, when you go for a walk, when you go for a run, when you're in the gym, when you're doing your chores at home, doing laundry or whatever. We'll be there for you. So even if we're not live on Twitch, the podcast is a good companion. Carson is back later at 7 p.m. with 4 Players Cup. I'll be back tomorrow with the TP Cup, and Sunday I'll be there the entire day with TP Cup and W3IL, the semi-final, UMAT vs Raptor Gaming. Can't wait to bring you these games as well.